So all I'm going to do here is I'm going to give you an example of calculating the inverse of a 3 by 3 matrix. I want you to pause the question, have a go at it, then come back and check your answer with the work, and I'm going to show you. Here's the question. I just want you to calculate the inverse of that matrix there. So a nice wee 3 by 3 matrix. Tell me the inverse. Remember the steps, remember the methodology, and remember exactly how we get there from the previous video, and you'll be fine. So pause the video and have a crack. So we've got our matrix here, 3 by 3. We want to calculate the inverse. First thing we do is we rewrite it so that we've got the matrix 1, -2, 0, -3, 8, -3, and 2, -5, 2. And what we do is we write it next to the identity matrix. Once we've done that, what we're now going to do is elementary row operations, because we want to turn this side here on the left into the identity matrix. Once we've done that, and performing the same elementary row operations at the same time to the right-hand matrix, when this is the identity matrix, that's our inverse. So that's how we approach this question. So what I'm going to do, firstly, I'm going to do row 2 plus 3 of row 1. That'll eliminate this value here. And then I'm going to do row 3, take away 2 row 1s, and that'll eliminate this value here. So if I perform these operations, I'll end up getting my top row stay the same. 1, -2, 0, 1, 0, 0. My second row will become 0. It's then plus 3 of the top. So 8 plus -6 is 2. -3 plus 3 zeros, well, it's just -3. I've then got 0 plus 3 of those, so I'll have 3. Then I've got a 1, then I've got a 0. Then the bottom is this row, take away that row. Sorry, take away 2 of that row. So I'll end up with 0, -5, -4 gives me -1 there. I've then got 2, take away 2 zeros, well, I'll just have 2 there. I've then got this final row, take away 2 at the top, so I'll have 0, take away 2 of those, so I've got -2, then I'll have a 0, and then I'll have a 1. So I've now got that there. What I'm now going to do is do the next step, but in order to do that, what I'm actually going to do is just swap these 2 rows around. I'm going to take row 2 and switch it with row 3. Reason being, that'll then put something with an absolute value of 1 here, which will be easier to scale up and get rid of the 2. So if I then very quickly rewrite it as 1, -2, 0, 1, 0, 0, then got 0, 1, sorry, -1, 2, -2, 0, 1, and then move that to the bottom. I've got 0, 2, -3, 3, 1, 0. So like I say, I've literally just swapped rows 2 and 3 about. What I'm then going to do is I'm going to say fine, so what I'm now do is row 3, add 2 of the row 2s. That will eliminate this value here, and I'm then laughing at that stage. So top row stays the same, 1, -2, 0, 1, 0, 0. I've then got 0, -1, 2, -2, 0, 1. I'll then have row 3 plus 2 of the row 2s, so I'll have 0. That plus that 2 of those gives me 0. I've then got -3 plus 2 2s, so -3 plus 4 gives me a 1. I've then got 3 plus -4, so 3 minus 4 gives me -1. 1 plus 2 zeros, which is 1. And then I've got 0 plus 2 1s, which is 2. So I'm now at that stage there, where I've almost got what I want to get to. I now have to do some back substitution. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the middle row, and I'm going to do row 2, take away 2 of the row 3s. Because what that'll do, that'll eliminate this value here. Row 1, I actually don't need to do anything to it. I've already got a 0 in the place that I want the 0, so I can just leave that row as it is, and the only operation then I have to do is that one to the middle row. So perform that operation, do row 2, take away 2, row 3. What I'll end up getting is a matrix. Top row is the same, 1, -2, 0, because remember we didn't have to do anything to that one. Then I have 1, 0, 0. Middle row then becomes 0, -1, 0, and 0, -2, -3. Bottom row becomes 0, 0, 1, -1, 1, 2. So I've then got my lines there. What I now have to do is eliminate this value here. So in order to do that, I'll do row 1, take away 2 of the row 2's. That'll then mean is my left-hand matrix will become 1, 0, 0. I'll then have this take away 2 of those. So I'll have 1 take away 2 zeros, which is just 1. I'll then have 1 plus 4, which is 4. 1 plus 6. So I get 6. My middle row is then 0, -1, 0, 0, -2, -3. And then I'll have 0, 0, 1, -1, 1, 2. What I can then do, I've got 0, -1, 0 in the middle. Flip the signs, so say to myself, right, so row 2 is going to become negative row 2. So that will then mean I've got 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1. So I've changed it into the identity matrix. The big part is the one on the right. So I'll end up with 1, 4, 6, 0, 2 and 3. Remember, we switched the signs. And -1, 1, 2. So what I can say from that is I know the inverse, a to the -1. It's just going to be given by 1, 4, 6, 0, 2, 3, -1, 1, 2. There we go. We've calculated the inverse. Now this one's ended up being quite nice when it comes to the numbers. As I've mentioned before, you may end up with fractions coming into play. So just bear that in mind. If there are fractions, watch your calculations with them. You should hopefully remember how to do that from previous levels of maths. Once you're able to do it, it's a fairly straightforward set of steps to follow. You just have to remember the key thing is turn it into this no matter what. You need the identity matrix there. Get the identity matrix there no matter what.